Welcome, beautiful spicy ladies. There's the kind of woman who doesn't need to be the loudest in the room to command attention. She doesn't seek validation, nor does she conform to societal expectations of what a woman should be. Yet, despite this, or perhaps because of it, she possesses an almost gravitational pull that draws men in, leaving them captivated, intrigued, and ultimately deeply moved. She is a Sigma female, and unlike any other, she possesses an allure that doesn't stem from performance or pretense, but from the very essence of her being. While others may try to impress with grand gestures, carefully crafted personas, or calculated charm, the Sigma female does none of these things. She moves through life with quiet confidence, a sense of purpose that is entirely her own, and an energy that leaves an imprint on the hearts of those lucky enough to know her. But what exactly is it about her that makes her so unforgettable? What are the unique and often unspoken traits that make her melt a man's heart without even trying? Today, we are diving into the psychology, the subtle behaviors, and the undeniable presence of the Sigma female, unraveling the ways in which she leaves a lasting impact on the men who cross her path. These aren't just surface-level traits, but deeply rooted qualities that speak to the core of what it means to be truly magnetic. But before we begin, if you're someone who values depth over superficiality, who seeks to understand human nature in a way that most overlook, make sure to subscribe to the Spicy Lady channel. Here, we explore the uncharted territories of the mind, heart, and soul, because true Spicy Lady psychology is power. Now, let's begin. The Sigma female is not a woman who operates by conventional standards. She doesn't fall into traditional roles, nor does she seek to fit into society's expectations. Instead, she carves her own path, and in doing so, she naturally draws in those who recognize the rare energy she possesses. One of the most powerful aspects of her presence is that she remains unpredictable, not in a chaotic or erratic way, but in a manner that keeps life exciting, dynamic, and full of intrigue. Unlike those who rely on predictability to maintain relationships, the Sigma female understands that true attraction stems from a sense of mystery. But this mystery is not a game. It is a natural byproduct of her authenticity. She is constantly evolving, growing, and expanding her mind, which means that no two encounters with her ever feel the same. Whether it's her ever-expanding interests, the way she sees the world, or the experiences she seeks, she never remains stagnant. For a man, this is both exhilarating and humbling. He cannot assume he knows everything about her, because she does not exist in a state of repetition. One day she may be deeply immersed in philosophy. The next, she may be off on an adventure, learning a new skill or pursuing a passion that seems to have appeared from nowhere. Her mind is a universe of its own, vast, unpredictable, and endlessly fascinating. This sense of unpredictability makes every moment with her feel fresh, alive, and brimming with possibilities. It keeps a man on his toes, not because she is playing hard to get, but because she genuinely operates in a world where growth is the only constant. She does not follow a script, nor does she offer easy answers, which means that every conversation with her, every interaction, carries a sense of discovery. This trait alone sets her apart from the rest. Many relationships fall into monotony because predictability removes the element of excitement. But with a Sigma female, there is no script to follow, only a journey to be experienced. And this journey, this sense of never quite knowing what's next, is what keeps a man deeply engaged, emotionally invested, and ultimately captivated. While many people believe that communication is all about words, how we express ourselves, the things we say, the way we articulate emotions, the Sigma female understands that true connection is often built in the spaces between words. She has mastered the art of silent communication, an unspoken language that speaks directly to the soul. She knows that words can sometimes be distractions, that they can be used to fill silence out of discomfort rather than necessity. Instead of relying on excessive talking, she communicates in ways that transcend language. Her gaze, for example, is powerful. When she looks at someone, she truly sees them, not just at a surface level, but in a way that makes them feel understood, valued, and deeply acknowledged. A single glance from her can hold more meaning than an entire conversation. It is in the pauses, in the moments where she listens more than she speaks, that her impact is truly felt. In a world where people are constantly talking over one another, fighting to be heard, and seeking validation through words, the Sigma female does something different. She listens, and not just in a passive way, but with a presence so profound that the person speaking feels as though their words matter in a way they never have before. She also understands the power of timing. She doesn't rush to respond, nor does she fill silence for the sake of it. Instead, she lets moments breathe, allowing emotions to settle and truths to reveal themselves naturally. This ability to be comfortable in silence makes her presence feel deeply grounding, almost like a safe haven in a chaotic world. Her body language, too, carries an unspoken weight. The way she moves, the way she subtly leans in when someone shares something meaningful, the way she maintains eye contact without making it feel forced. All of these things create an atmosphere of trust and intimacy. A man doesn't just hear her words, he feels them. He absorbs the energy she carries, and in doing so, he finds himself drawn to her in a way he can't quite explain. Beyond that, she knows when words do matter. When she chooses to speak, her words are deliberate, meaningful, and impactful. She doesn't waste time on small talk or surface-level discussions unless they serve a greater purpose. Instead, she speaks with intention, and because she does so sparingly, her words hold more weight. This ability to communicate without excessive words makes a man feel something rare in today's world, truly seen and heard. It is this depth, this quiet understanding, that melts his heart in ways he never expected. One of the most striking things about a Sigma female is her ability to walk the fine line between independence and connection. She does not need anyone, yet she genuinely values the right people in her life. This balance is rare because many people either fall into the category of being overly dependent on their relationships or emotionally detached to the point of being unapproachable. What makes her different is that her independence is not performative. She does not seek to prove anything to anyone. She is not independent to make a statement. She simply is. She moves through life with confidence, not because she wants to impress, but because she has spent time building a strong foundation within herself. For a man, this is deeply attractive. She doesn't rely on him for her happiness, self-worth, or emotional stability. She has her own world, her own passions, and her own sense of fulfillment. But at the same time, she's not closed off. She does not push people away out of fear of attachment. Instead, she welcomes connection without making it her entire identity. This creates a dynamic where man does not feel pressured to fill a role in her life. He is not expected to complete her. Instead, he feels genuinely chosen. She is with him not out of necessity, but out of desire. And there is nothing more powerful than knowing that someone wants you not because they need you, but because they choose you. Despite not needing anyone, this balance makes a man feel valued in a way that is rare. He knows that if she is spending time with him, it is because she genuinely enjoys his presence, not because she is looking for validation or emotional support. This kind of connection is liberating. It removes the unspoken expectations that often weigh relationships down. Another aspect of her independence is that she does not lose herself in relationships. Many people, when they enter into a romantic connection, begin to shape their lives around the other person. They abandon their interests, shift their priorities, and become so entangled in the relationship that they forget who they were before it. But a Sigma female never makes that mistake. She remains herself, no matter who enters her life. She does not compromise her essence for the sake of romance. And this consistency makes her presence feel secure. A man knows that she is genuine, that she will not mold herself to fit an ideal, and that her love is real because it is rooted in truth rather than performance. This ability to be independent, while still making space for deep connection, is one of the most powerful things about her. It allows love to grow organically, without pressure, without force, and without the fear of losing oneself in the process. And for a man, this creates an emotional pull that is impossible to resist. One of the most captivating qualities of a Sigma female is her ability to challenge a man. Not in a way that is combative or dismissive, but in a way that awakens his mind and stirs his soul. She doesn't engage in empty flattery or shower a man with praise just to boost his ego. Instead, she respects him enough to challenge him, to push him beyond his comfort zone, and to hold him to a higher standard. This doesn't mean she is constantly questioning him or making him feel inadequate. Rather, she inspires growth by refusing to accept mediocrity. If she sees potential in him, she won't hesitate to call it out. If he is holding back, playing small, or avoiding his true power, she will challenge him to step up. What makes this so powerful is that she does it without diminishing him. Many people challenge others in a way that feels confrontational or demeaning, but a Sigma female knows how to ignite ambition without making a man feel attacked. She presents new perspectives, asks questions that make him think, and encourages him to break past his own limitations. This is something that many men don't realize they crave until they experience it. At first, it can be unsettling. Most people are used to relationships where they are either put on a pedestal or left unchallenged. But with a Sigma female, there is a sense of mutual respect. She does not try to fix him, nor does she accept less than what she knows he is capable of. This dynamic creates a deep emotional and intellectual bond. He begins to associate her presence with growth, expansion, and becoming the best version of himself. And because human beings are wired to seek meaning and self-improvement, this connection becomes profoundly significant. Beyond that, she doesn't play the traditional role of a yes woman. She will engage in debates, ask thought-provoking questions, and express her own perspectives with conviction. This ability to hold her own, to have opinions that are backed by deep thought and genuine belief, makes her presence exciting for a man. Conversations with her are never dull. Interactions with her never feel forced. And every moment shared with her carries an element of discovery. He is drawn to her not just for her presence, but for the way she makes him feel, challenged in the best way possible. One of the most heart-melting qualities of a Sigma female is her ability to carry herself with strength, while allowing moments of vulnerability to shine through. This contrast, this perfect blend of resilience and softness, is what makes her presence deeply affecting. At first glance, she appears unshakable. She moves through the world with quiet confidence, never seeking external validation, never letting circumstance define her self-worth. She has built herself up, navigated challenges alone, and learned to stand on her own 2 feet without expecting anyone to save her. This strength is undeniable and deeply attractive. But what truly melts a man's heart is when he catches glimpses of her gentle, unguarded moments. It's when she allows herself to be seen not just as the strong, independent force that she is, but as a woman with depth, emotions, and an undeniable warmth beneath the surface. This isn't the kind of vulnerability that comes from seeking pity or attention. She does not share her emotions lightly, nor does she expose her inner world to just anyone. But when she does, it's real. It's not a performance. It's not a strategy. It's an authentic moment of connection. For a man, witnessing this side of her is disarming. It makes him feel trusted, chosen, and deeply connected to her in a way he never expected. Because he knows that if she lets him in, it's because he has earned a place in her world. This vulnerability can appear in many forms. It might be in the way her eyes soften when she talks about something that truly matters to her. It might be in a rare moment of expressing doubt, revealing a hidden fear, or sharing a piece of her past that shaped her into who she is today. It might even be in something as simple as a quiet sigh when she lets her guard down after carrying the weight of the world all day. This balance between strength and softness is hypnotic. A man finds himself drawn not just to her confidence, but to the depth of emotion she carries beneath it. She is both an unshakable force and a tender soul, a paradox that makes her unforgettable. What truly melts a man's heart is knowing that while she may not need him, she allows him to witness her in ways that few ever do. And in doing so, she gives him something rare, the privilege of truly seeing her. The Sigma female possesses an ability that few have mastered, the ability to turn even the most ordinary moments into something meaningful. This is not about grand gestures or extravagant plans. It's about presence. In a world where people are constantly distracted, where attention is divided between screens, obligations, and a million different thoughts, the Sigma female stands apart. She is fully present when she is with someone. She isn't half listening or waiting for her turn to speak. She absorbs, she observes, and she makes people feel like they are the only person in the world at that moment. And this level of deep attention is rare. It's not just about conversation. It's in the way she moves, the way she notices small details, the way she makes every interaction feel like an experience rather than a routine exchange. A simple coffee date with her doesn't feel like just another meeting. It feels like an escape from the noise of the world. A conversation with her doesn't feel like idle chatter. It feels like a glimpse into something deeper, something real. This ability to be fully present makes men feel something profound, seen, valued, and deeply connected. It's in the way she listens without interrupting, the way she absorbs every word as if it matters, the way she creates space for meaningful connection. And it's not just about how she interacts with people. It's how she interacts with life itself. She notices beauty in the small things, appreciates moments that others overlook, and brings a sense of mindfulness to everything she does. This makes every experience with her feel special. It's not forced. It's not calculated. It's just the way she moves through the world. And for a man, this presence is irresistible. A Sigma female never clings. She never begs. She never stays where she isn't valued. But it's not about arrogance. It's about self-respect. She understands something that many struggle with. Love should be given freely, not forced. And because of this, she has an uncanny ability to walk away when she knows it's time. Not with bitterness, not with resentment, but with grace. She does not need to make a dramatic exit. She does not need to prove a point. She simply knows her worth. And when she senses that a situation no longer aligns with that worth, she quietly and confidently moves on. This leaves an impact that lingers. Because most people, when they leave, do so with anger, sadness, or desperation. But a Sigma female leaves with certainty. And this certainty haunts a man. He realizes, often too late, that she was not someone he could take for granted. That her presence was not a guarantee. That she gave her time, her energy, and her connection because she chose to, not because she needed to. This is why she is unforgettable. She does not chase. And in doing so, she ensures that she is always remembered. Spicy ladies, the power of the Sigma female does not come from manipulation, pretense, or playing games. It comes from something far rarer, authenticity. She does not seek to control or demand love. Instead, she simply is. And in doing so, she melts hearts without ever having to try. Men may not always understand what it is about her that captivates them, but they feel it. They feel it in the moments of silence that say more than words, in the quiet confidence that draws them in the way she challenges them, inspires them, and leaves a mark on their souls long after she's gone. And this, spicy ladies, is the true essence of power, not loudness, not attention-seeking, but the ability to move through life with quiet impact. If this spicy lady psychology speaks to you, make sure to subscribe to the Spicy Ladies channel. Here, we unlock the secrets of human nature, explore the power of the mind, and uncover what truly makes a person magnetic. Stay true to yourself, because the world needs more people who aren't afraid to stand out. Take care, and see you in our next video. God bless.